All right.
Whatever.
All right. So we have Joe Rama over here, guys.
What's up?
Nick James, Ethan Brooks. This is Feet Up Throwdown, and we are live
With our
So-
second episode.
with our second episode. So now,
Let me put my phone on silent.
let me ask you a couple questions, Joe.
Well,
Little bit.
Let's
So
get
me and
into
Nick
it.
have been we've been doing this new thing with a new song that Nick has been doing. It's called Self Love, and it's about spreading love throughout the world, basically.
Loving
and so-
yourself.
Loving yourself, basically. And I've noticed that I've seen you do that type of stuff with what was that word?
What are his positive messages?
Positive vibes that you send through out your Instagram and Snapchat. I don't think I have you on Snapchat, but on your Instagram I see it a lot. And I want to ask you something. Would you ever go through like Springfield and stuff and do all that self-love type of attempts to people, like go up to a person and hand them a rose?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like, go out and just, like, do good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why not?
Me and him wanted to create like this whole apparel line, and it just be basically just say self-love with a rose, and then on the back of it it'd be whoever it is, you know, a bunch of testimonials or something like that. But we just basically we want to spread. Now we're just talking about, we just want to spread joy, because you know, through all these hard times that we've dealt with right now between elections and stuff and all this political crap that's been going on, we just basically want to spread the love to other people no matter what's happening. So me and Nick, we'll talk to you later about it, but we would be willing to have you.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, we don't want to put you on the spot, but we're willing to have you do a couple episodes with us. I'm trying to turn this into a short film or short documentary.
Sure, yeah.
But all right, so most definitely. Also,
Should I bring up my movie or not yet? Wait till the script is done.
well, we could actually bring that up now.
Talk about it all.
Yeah, me and Nick are working on a new movie. It's gonna be an action film.
Yeah, you know, sort of like Kick-Ass. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Is it the same script you sent me a few years ago? Because I remember
It's a like better like idea, like more realistic for this type of stuff we have available.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you were like, bro, I want you to be like the main vigilante, and then
Yeah.
you needed like a really bad chick to like be your
Yeah,
your,
the sidekick.
opposite.
Yeah,
Sidekick. Not sidekick. What is it?
it was like a
Equal-
partner. It was
equal-
a equal.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's put
Equal
it.
is 2019.
Yeah, it's 2019. Let's
partner.
call it a partner.
Yeah. So what is it about? Who's the main character? Have you thought of a name yet?
I have not thought of a name, but I can once I get more details about it, I can go more
We
in.
can explain it more. We want to.
I have the basis out.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna, what is it gonna be? TV show? Or is it gonna be movie?
A little short movie.
A little
little short film for now, just to
Yeah.
like kick it off, and then maybe down the line you could take that short film to
And make it.
box office.
Yeah.
So what I've been really wanting to talk to you about is your journey when you went to California.
California, hey,
I
baby.
want to know from the start. The start when you first decided to go to L.A. or California, wherever you went.
All right.
So start from the beginning. What was going through your mind when you decided that?
Okay, let's take it way back. Let's go to I always knew since I was a young kid I wanted to do creative things.
Yeah.
And I just never really had the courage. In school, how we do sports, and sometimes the type of mentality and type of just the type of jock persona people try to fit into.
Yes.
I never really felt like I fit in anywhere. I loved sports, but all growing up, I never felt like I really fit in. And then finally, my senior year, I was late to football or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't they were coach was nah, bro, we don't have any more pads for you, and I didn't really fight it, so I
think I remember that.
yeah,
I think I remember that.
and I was kind of bummed. I was really sad, and then I just said, you know what, perfect opportunity to join drama club. So I did that. I've been just continuing to build my experience, my body of work.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to college for a semester, HCC, shout out, and after that semester, it was just really a dark time for me.
Mm.
I was taking a 2-hour bus to class every day, and by the time I get out, it was dark, and the only class I actually passed was my acting class, because the other I just was not prepared for the other classes. I wasn't really focused or trying. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an A in my acting class. So shout out to Thomas Gia, great acting coach. But yeah, after that first semester, it was a winter break and I started my little journey on YouNow. I don't know if you guys remember. I was live
Yeah, I
streaming.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would live stream on YouNow, and I got up to like in like a month or two, I got up to like 1,500 like little fans or whatever. I was making friends all around the world, the country, and then I had met this kid that lived in LA, and he said, "Come out to LA, bro." So I bought a $60 bus ticket, and I took like 4 or 5 different buses across the country. I saw the beautiful United States of America.
Yep.
On my bus journey, I just showed up in LA, and that was just it. It was just like on a whim. Somebody's like, "Come to LA," and I was like, "I don't know, bro." I was like, "Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna go for like a week or a month," and I ended up staying
For a long ass time.
almost 2 years, year and a
Yeah,
half.
that's pretty crazy. So what did you do in LA as soon as you got there? What did you do? Like, what were
Okay.
you thinking?
The second I got off the Greyhound bus,
Yeah.
me and this kid, we had similar interests in YouTube, so he decided to prank me. It was very scary. You go off like this bus terminal is in like a very rough part of Los Angeles. It's in like, you know, downtown LA, right off of Skid Row. And Skid Row is, you know, it's just where all like lots of
Yeah.
homeless people live, just like tent city. But he's telling me like the bus, like we have to get from this bus, like the bus I just got off of, the Greyhound, to like a PVTA to get home. Not a PVTA, they have different bus systems, but a metro bus.
Okay.
So we're looking for the public bus, and we're going down this sketchy street, man. Like nobody's on it. There's posters of like Ron Jeremy's face plastered on the walls, and then all of a sudden this car rolls up, bro. Tinted windows. The guys are leaning back in the seat, and they're like looking at us like kind of sideways, dude. And I'm like sketched out. And then they get out of the car, and I'm just like, I'm scared because this kid has his camera in his hand, and I'm like, dude, they're gonna steal his camera. They're gonna rob us, dude. But I've been in LA for not 5-10 minutes, and I'm about to get jumped. It's all over.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. I remember my mom told me like about some story where this lady who was held at gunpoint, she said, "I rebuke you in Jesus' name." And the guy was like, "Lady, you're crazy." She was like, "Lady, you're crazy." And the guy just dipped. So I see these guys they're sticking their hand down their pants like they got a gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like stuttering, I'm scared. I was like, yo, we don't want any trouble, we don't want any problems. We're cool, let us go on our way. And then I'm like, they start getting closer. I'm like, yo, God bless you. May the Lord protect you. I just start like babbling. I'm just like scared. And then I was just like, after that, the 2 guys that were like got out of the car, they just look at each other and they go, "Ah, man, he's too nice. We can't do this." And like, everybody started laughing. And it was just like all a prank.
That's pretty funny. So he literally pranked you in the worst part of LA.
Yeah, one of the worst. It was just scary, man.
Scary parts. Stop, Nick. So after that, did you have to work or anything? Did you really have to like? What was your means of income when you were there?
So before I left, I like was doing all sorts of odd jobs, construction. I was doing like roofing, just everything I could get my hands on. Just trying to save money. I saved up around like 2K, 3K, and I went like that's what I had. That's all I had, and I was just like, this should be enough, you know.
Yeah.
And I lived off of that for a few months, and just like I got in some odd situations, got taken advantage of, had things like I would say taken from me, and I found myself 2 or 3 months into it with like no money to my name, and I had like $50 I left in my bank account just so they wouldn't close it, and I was just in like a really weird state. So I was like desperate for a job, because I had been promised a job before I left. They're like, "Yeah, we got a job for you." When I got there, the job was no longer available.
Yeah.
So I found first job I could get. I just took advantage of it, and it was washing dishes in a Thai food restaurant. I have a whole new love for Thai food, but it was hell, man. I felt like Rocky Balboa in the early stages of just like you got all this adversity and like, you know, you're a schmuck and you're just like they're beating you into shape. Like they had me running up and down like the stairs with like sacks of vegetables in my head and like yelling at me, "You lazy, you stupid." But like at the end of it all, man, like the lady loved me and she gave me a big old hug when I told her I found a better job, and she said, you ever need a job, you come back. And it was a shaping experience, man.
Yeah.
It was very testing because it was just like imagine for like 6 hours straight just doing like arm cardio, just like hot walks. You're in a kitchen smaller than this basement with like 7 other people, top 100 Thai food restaurant in America, and you're just going, dude, just going. And I've never washed a dish in my life, like besides at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never worked in a restaurant. I never
Yeah,
washed
you
a
never
dish,
really like.
and it was just nuts.
That's pretty crazy. So you, oh man, that must have been hard.
It was hard,
It was.
but I was optimistic.
All right, that's good. Because in situations, you gotta stay positive in situations like that. I know from experience, but
I have a question.
What? Go ahead.
So I remember you were an extra in that, what was it, Detroit movie?
Detroit, yeah.
What was the experience?
Yeah.
The experience was phenomenal. I was at like Chicopee Blockbuster Day, or what was it, Block Party?
Yeah.
I was at a Chicopee Block Party. I didn't have a phone. I just had like submitted like through my house computer, and I put my dad's phone number because they were just looking like for like
Yeah.
young men 18 through like 35 or something.
Yeah.
Just play National Guardsman. And all of a sudden, I'm like volunteering at this block party. I'm like blowing up balloon animals. And my dad rolls up, "Joey, they want you in a movie. Get in the truck." And I'm like, "What? Okay, Pops, you're going to have to cut your hair. You're getting a crew cut." And like, I was like, oh, boy. All right, let's do this. So hop in the truck and literally just go straight to the movie set. And before I know it, like, it was just so surreal, bro. It was very new to me. That was my second film set I had ever been on,
Okay.
and it was just it was a wonderful experience. Very high budget film. I got to dress like a National Guardsman. I acted on that. I worked on that film for like 2-3 weeks. There's people that were working on it for months.
That's crazy.
Driving around trucks, getting to like run around with guns, shoot guns.
I believe he was in the trailer.
Yeah, saw me like I was in the trailer 3 or 4 times, but a lot of it was just like me running up a set of stairs.
Yeah.
Like the back of my head like shaking when like a gun sound went off. So
Yeah. Everybody starts somewhere.
it was still so fun.
And I seen the post that you posted on Instagram. It was of you at on set with Daddy's Home 2.
Yeah, that.
Oh, I didn't even see
was
that.
that was another background experience. This was long before I had a license, long before I had really had any means of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And my pops has to work. He'd like to provide for the family, hardest working man I know. And he drives me out there, drops me off, and I had like borrowed one of my friend's camping tents because I was like, this is my backup plan if I can't find a ride home. And so we had to work for 2 days.
Yeah.
On this film set, and me and this kid were supposed to split a hotel room, and he found somebody to like go crash with for the night. And I walked to all the local hotels, and they were all booked because it was graduation like time.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, we have some like rooms are renovating that are like under construction. I'm like, yo, can you like sneak me in there? They're like, nah, bro. So I'm walking around the middle of the night in like Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Mhm.
And what's ironic is I was looking at this meme, and it was like top worst places to be, like in Massachusetts. And
Yeah.
every single one of those I had filmed in and had been in some sketchy situation in. But it's just funny. So walking around behind the hotel room, snooping around, trying to find a spot, ask some locals. I made friends with like the Taco Bell workers.
Yeah.
And they were closed, but they like let me hang out in there, and they like gave me free food and like let me brush my teeth. I was chilling.
That's pretty sick.
Then I hiked like 2 miles into the woods, like near this apartment complex. It was like a trail. I walked off the trail,
Yeah.
set up my tent. I slept for like 2 hours. I was so sketched out, so beyond sketched out that like somebody was gonna like come mess with me.
Yeah.
I just stayed in this Dunkin' Donuts all night, just like I bought a coffee so they wouldn't kick me out, and I just like stayed awake. Like I was just falling in and out of sleep, just trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
And then finally got on set. Everybody thought I was crazy because I was like the first one there and I had a tent. And I ended up like falling asleep in the holding area because I was so
Really?
tired, but it was a good experience still. I always meet somebody new, somebody great, and there's all sorts of cool cats I met on that.
That's really good. I just when I was thinking, me and Nick always talk about it on what are oh, I got a piece of my cat here. What our next move is what we're doing. What are you doing right now? Like how's it been since you came back to Mass?
It's been really rough. It's been no, okay, it's been great, but recently it's been a little rough
Okay.
in terms of just I originally came back because my very close childhood friend passed away.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear
Rest
that.
in peace, Jacob. Great kid. And I I came back for that, and then when I called my mom to tell her, "Hey, Mama, I'm coming back. You know, this situation happened." She said, "You know, your dad's really, really sick." I was like, "Wow, like what? I didn't know."
Yeah.
And they've been keeping it a secret from me this whole time because they wanted me to not worry. So I just packed up all my stuff in like 3 days. Like I already had the tickets booked before I even knew that. Packed up all my stuff, left it with some friends. Like just told my job, don't know when I'm coming back. Told my friends, don't know when I'm coming back. Told my roommates, don't know when I'm coming back. Deuces. And I came back and I just felt it out, and it just the biggest thing that just like I felt like I needed to do was I was gone for so long that my little brother was growing up. He grew like 2 feet, had a beard and a deep voice, and my dad's sick. So I just like family's the most important thing. The whole reason I do what I do is I love it, but I also want to provide for my family. And my dad always found a way to provide for us, and always made sure we had a roof over our head, food in our mouths. Like this guy would come home from work and look like he jumped in a swimming pool because he would just be doused in sweat. Just like always working hard, hardest worker I know. So I was like, man, this guy's done everything for me. The least I can do is just stick around, help out around the house, do whatever I can do.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been up to, and I've been just trying to stay creative and stay doing things while I'm around here, and just did a couple photo shoots. Been just trying to do like different little movie work things and make my own content, whatever I can really do.
Yeah. So do you have a YouTube page?
I do. I haven't been really posting on it, but
Okay.
it's just my name, Joe Rama.
Joe Rama?
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
Joe
you should have
Rama?
just asked me that.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ramah.
And we're gonna put your all right. So we'll put your YouTube and your Instagram handle onto it. Do you have a Snapchat?
I don't use my Snapchat. I haven't had it downloaded in like years.
Okay.
I just was like, what's the point of posting stuff twice? I'm only like the only reason Snapchat's good is like to personally talk to people, and I really don't.
It's a new source of talk communication now.
Yeah.
But so you've been working on new content. Have you been like working on something like big or anything yet, or?
It's all
What's
just
that?
ideas. I've filled notebooks and notebooks and notebooks with scripts and stuff. A lot of them I left back on the West Coast, but recently, not too much. I do have some stuff written down here and there. I always write down my ideas, but in terms of production, I haven't been filming too much. You might have seen a couple little meme videos I made.
Yeah, I seen those
Those
videos.
Like, they got a couple thousand hits, like 20K.
Yeah, I seen
27K.
the one where you did the hand trick thing. I think that got 21K.
Yeah, it was definitely cool because like after working and being around a lot of those people on the West Coast,
Yeah.
just always helping people. I learned a little bit from this person, a little bit from that person, and I compiled it all together, and it kind of gave me knowledge on how to go viral and how to kind of understand the science of content a lot better.
So let me ask you a question. How are the people in California?
California.
Were they mean as people say they are?
No, I think there's a lot of really nice people, but it's so congested with people. Everybody's running around. There's just a lot going on.
Is it like just a bigger New York?
Nah, I don't know. I haven't spent enough time in New York.
New York's pretty congested. It's like.
It's just imagine. Do you know when you fold a piece of paper, a hamburger and a hot dog style? So imagine like New York being a hamburger. It's stacked on top of each other. Everything's kind of clumped up.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
tall, right? LA is more hot dog style. It's longer. It's just more stretched out. There's just like Like I would longboard like 8-9 miles just straight down the street, going downhill, go home. Just like it's just a lot more. Whoop.
Yeah, that's actually a really good analogy. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Hot dog and hamburger analogy. That's pretty funny. Now, I've always wanted to go to California. I've always wanted to go to LA just to go there, just to feel it out. You
Yeah.
know, just to see how it is. Is there any recommendations? If I ever, let's say I moved there right now, what would you do?
Well, I would tell you save your money.
Yeah.
I mean, have your guard up, but like don't stop. Don't get discouraged when like stuff goes wrong because it's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get discouraged when people are rude or mean to you because it's gonna happen. Especially like I felt like Aladdin living out there. Like the underdog. You have like no money. Like you're seeing all these kids that have it going on, or they got like money and they got either their parents' support or they're already successful.
Yeah.
And you see that and you feel like you're the outside looking in. You're like, man, I'm just hungry. I'm just trying to work and nobody will give me an opportunity. I just gotta work harder, until eventually you build up your cred and like people start to know who you are and like you and respect you.
Okay. All right.
But-
Go ahead.
What was the original question? Because I went off.
It was what would you do?
When
What is the tips of surviving in California?
Find the cheapest rent possible. Get roommates. People like to be bougie. They like to have their own apartment.
Yeah,
and you'll spend most of your time working to pay rent. So,
It's crazy there. I seen a studio space one time for $1,200 there.
that's
Nothing. That's not. Oh
that's
my
like- that's-
god.
dude, I know people like paying $1,000 for a bedroom, just a bedroom.
Oh, dude, that's ridiculous. That's like exactly like New York.
Yeah,
It's exactly like New York and Manhattan and all that.
It's
Boston
like
too.
2,500. Yeah, Boston too. I was
Yeah.
looking at apartments in Boston. It was $2,500 for a studio space downtown.
Mm.
That's crazy. For paying for.
A
You can
room
go to Julio can
small
get
as-
that same thing for 500.
Everything included.
There's this other segment that we have onto this is we talk about recent events and events and
I haven't
everything
been
that are
keeping
happening.
I've been keeping up a lot because my family, they're a lot on my dad's side, they're on welfare and everything,
Yeah.
and they're really getting affected by the shutdown. From what I'm hearing, my stepmother Amy just went to Price Right the other day, and there was people literally crying in the store with their kids, hugging the kids and stuff, and their kids are crying because they couldn't buy food because the food stamps are shut down.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. A lot of people are complaining, like Texas, Florida, I think South Dakota. I don't know, but there's a bunch of states where they're shutting down because how the government's
Shut down.
shut down. Yeah, thank you. A
I'm
lot
not
of people are
on that.
affected by it. What are your? I'm not asking what your views on or whose side you're on or any of that. I don't want to do that because that's cancer. So I'm asking is, how do you feel about that? Like, just what if you were in the same situation, you've seen that? Like, how would you go about that?
If I saw that would just hurt my heart. If I had the means, of course, I would try to help. But like, just I mean, there's not much you can do
Yeah.
when you're just like a civil. I mean, in the situation that you're just grocery shopping and you
Yeah.
see like many people just all around you crying. Like that's crazy, and it's crazy to think that like all that shutting down is affecting.
Yeah, it's affecting a lot of people. What do you think about all the foolishness that's just going around with the government? Like, it's in my opinion, it's just dumb. It's just everybody's bickering and everything about these dumb topics and everything.
Yeah.
There are some big topics, but
Like the wall.
Sure.
the wall. Listen, I don't get it. Like,
Don't get me started on the whole wall. I just went off in the car about it.
yeah,
That they're trying to lock us in. They're not keeping people out. They're keeping us in.
it's the Simpsons all over again.
Yeah,
you know,
real,
with the big
pretty
bubble.
much. Pretty much. Something big's
Um,
going down. There's more at play. The government's shut down. There's more. Something big's about to happen, and they're just gonna keep us in here with the wall.
But that's what I mean with the whole self-love thing. That's why I want to, because after I seen that, and well, after my stepmother had seen that, and it just showed me like on how much people are hurting inside. You know that I've seen this woman, and she has, I think it's 6 kids, and she was telling me on how she was struggling and everything to pay the bills, and she couldn't keep up with the bills, and now that the government shutdown's happening, she has to pay full rent on her house because she lost her Section 8. So now she has to pay $1,500 a month just to even live at her house. Stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just, that's what I want to do. That's what me and Nick are trying to do right now, is just promote self-love and not hate. Because right now it's all hate towards everybody. There's riots, there's people shooting each other, there's people going around cities just downing people every single day, and it's just, to me it feels like Star Wars. You got the freaking Empire and you got the Rebellion. The Separatists and what was the other? Separatists and
I don't know.
the Republic. Separatists and the Republic. That's what they're called. And I feel like it's that right now.
Yeah.
You know, we're split in half as a nation. And I wanna try to at least like
It's the Avatar. The Last Airbender. We're like broke it up into 4 different
Yeah, we're-
groups.
Dude, I love all these like movie analogies.
Exactly,
Aladdin.
but it is, it's true,
just
it's-
life, you know,
Yeah.
they're based off of.
it is. They are, and like same thing for Star Wars and everything. It's really based off of life. I firmly believe that it's based off of life. You're an idiot. See what I'm talking about? But no, I have like this passion in me right now that just, I was watching this documentary this morning on Netflix. It was about people who are, yeah, can you turn this up? There we go. That's much better lighting. I was watching this documentary on people who are like Insta famous,
Oh yeah.
and they're called influencers. And so I've always wanted to be that, an influencer to other people. So when I was thinking, I was sitting down and I was smoking a cigarette. I smoke cigs and everything, but it's a horrible habit. But so I was sitting down and I was just thinking, and I was like, how can I better myself as a person? Because I was looking at all these people and it was just about self-love. And this person he really spoke it out well. He was talking about how in Dubai, all the influencers and everything they're all people who just promote love to other people. It's never really hate. And Dubai just released this campaign about love and self-evaluation on people. And so far I've looked up all these people in Dubai and everything, and they're always happy. And they always speak about love. They always say in their own language, I forget what it was love something. But it kind of affected me really well today, and I immediately called Nick. I was like, dude, we gotta make this song that he has. It's called what is it? Self-love, basically.
Don't ask me questions. I got a mouthful of food.
As Nick eats, what is it? Nature Valley.
Nature Valley.
Can we get that in the picture? Can grab.
Sponsor the podcast.
Yeah,
Nature
exactly.
Valley.
Nature Valley, can you please sponsor us? I eat this shit like every single day. I'm actually living off of beef jerky in this, so please sponsor me.
Nature Valley and milk.
Nature Valley and milk.
Almond milk.
Almond, maybe. We need a little bit of whole milk. But yeah, I've really self-evaluated myself. I think 2019 for me is the real self-evaluate. 2018 was pretty hard. It was a really tough show.
He almost got married.
Yeah, we grew. I'll speak
You
a
grew.
couple things. I grew a lot. I'll
I
speak a couple
didn't.
things that happened. I almost got married. I was engaged for a little while, and then we broke up.
She was an asshole, anyways.
She was. It was a really toxic
Let's not
relationship.
talk-
Yeah,
No,
let's not talk bad about
let's
people.
not
Just
get
speak about
into
true
it,
love, like
you know.
self-love and all that. But it was toxic, but it's over. And I'll admit it. I've been meaning to tell everybody, but I've had some recent issues with myself a couple weeks ago, New Year's, were really dawned on me. I've been meaning to post it or do it. I was thinking about doing it on this podcast, but I've been going to AA meetings and stuff because I've had an addiction to alcohol and drugs. So 2019 came, and I really realized when my Auntie Dorothy, what was I doing?
He packed up his shit and he didn't say anything. So this girl he was talking to at the time told me Ethan's packing up and leaving. I'm like, where the fuck is he going? This was my first response. So I hung up on her, called him. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, no, where are you going? He's like, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm like, no, but where are you going? He's like, I don't know yet. I'm like, all right, but I'm going with you, so come get me.
Yes, dude. I
Yeah.
love
So
that.
we.
Like, I was ready to drop everything and like lose my job to go make sure he was good.
Yeah, so
That's
I
a real
packed
friend.
up everything. My car was filled with all my crap. I was filled with blankets and pillows and
I had
everything.
a big duffel bag full of everything.
And we were literally gonna drive to Atlanta, Georgia, and then to Florida and live there.
That would have been an adventure.
It would have been good, but at that state of mind right there, I was
He was not in the right frame. Of
not in
mind
the
to
right
do it.
frame of mind. I was
And then
completely.
luckily, his aunt called us.
Excuse me.
But she like talked him out of doing it, and she called me dumb for trying to follow him. I'm like, well, he's talking about this is his last this is his last that. I'm just trying to make sure he doesn't do anything dumb.
Right.
So yeah, so I went through that, and it really
I met
made
his
me
beautiful ass cousin, but that's another story. That's a story for another time.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. But yeah. So it made me really realize on how much I need to change as a person, you know. And I've seen YouTubers like Logan Paul, right, on how he was struggling in his ways and everything, and the whole Suicide Forest thing that came up, and how people thought that he was such a egotistical maniac.
Yeah.
I didn't see it as a person because I just saw that as him making his content, and that's basically what his content was. He's flashy. He's a jock and everything. He's that type of
He's
guy.
a douche.
He's not a douche.
That's the way
it's
he was
it's
coming
a
out.
persona, you know?
Exactly.
But like after a while of just doing it, you become it, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you know you gotta up the next thing. You gotta be a little crazier.
You gotta up
And
the
it's
ante every
you
time.
know, and I'm not justifying what he did.
Yeah.
But I don't like how everybody's started throwing rocks.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
because I really
Everybody makes mistakes, and what he did was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I really admired, you know, what he did. He like in terms of like how how he created his career, in terms of just like, you know, we started on a 6-second video app. And
Yeah.
he kept pushing, and he worked harder than everybody, and you could see, dude, he's always was working. If you followed his stuff, which
Yeah.
I did for a little bit, and
Him and his brother just like
always in the gym,
yeah.
always creating content 24/7.
Yes.
And you know, after a while, if you don't have anybody telling you, like being there to be like, bro, I don't think this is a good idea.
You're
Yeah.
gonna just do whatever you think is good.
Exactly.
He just trying to one up his last thing, you know, and he wasn't thinking. He was on a high. He was on just like a 2-3 year high of just winning, and then you know he just posted something. He just filmed something, sent it to his editor, and his editor, you know, everybody just does what he.
Tells
It's just about.
And that's what's so hard about keeping up in this world. In this world of photography, in this world of videography, cinematography, influencing, YouTubers, like in this whole entire world. This girl that I know, she's TikTok famous. She has about almost 100,000 followers, and she has to upload like almost 3 times a day. Wait, stop.
I think it might have.
No, it's still going.
No,
Let's try to keep it going, but wrap it up.
Yeah, I know. We're almost at 40 minutes. So, but yeah, long story short, it's very hard to do all this, but
we're not gonna talk about her side job.
yeah, but we're also gonna talk about how I have
Oh God.
new poster merch that's coming out pretty soon.
This
Pretty
is
freaking
prototypes.
expensive. These are prototypes, but I want to let you see what you think of this. It's actually pretty funny, Nick. I mean, why don't you take out that one that I have right there?
I took this photo just to let everybody know, and I was not comfortable.
Oh, it's where my laptop's plugged in.
I just want to say real quick, I'm proud of you.
Oh,
for,
thank you.
know, overcoming the hard things and understanding, like facing your demons, and understanding, you know, seeing what you got wrong and not being afraid to own it, and just like, you know, trying. To
I really appreciate that, Joe.
trying to be better, because you know we're all works in progress. So just know that. Don't think that, you know, like, you're only human. So
Don't beat on myself. I know.
I know, and that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, like, people look at me and think I've got so much going on, or I got so much this or so much that, but it's like, you know, some days it's just hard to get out of bed. So you just gotta keep.
It's
You
enough.
just gotta.
My bad.
Just gotta keep.
true and honest and real, and don't be scared to be vulnerable. Don't be scared. You know, it's a good thing you got a good bro like this.
Nick
And
posts
just
every day.
Surround yourself with like,
Oh, I do.
surround yourself with like people that, you know, value you.
I do. That's what I've been really lately doing. But
do
yeah,
post
this
every
is
day,
gonna be the new thing with me.
We're coming out with
I
merch.
love it.
It's like
I'm
one of
bringing
our first
sexy
pieces
back,
of
Joe.
It's
merch.
lavish, dude. It's-
Exactly.
That's
So
exactly what he kept saying when we went
got-
out and bought them.
we got new
This
posters. We got new posters that I will be selling pretty soon, but I'm actually might just give them away for free because who
stuff. We
cares?
can make these into sweaters.
Exactly.
pretty
We were gonna create a
Like, we-
movement.
Like
But
this is like our first piece of merch.
And I dig it. I think it's
basically,
really cool.
I want photo creds, though.
but we're
You
gonna
don't
wrap-
ever give me photo creds.
we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you very much for coming on. I've been waiting to like have you on.
This was like our
You're a
goal from
first
day
guest,
one.
by the way.
Dude,
First guest on the show.
I'm so happy. I was afraid you guys were gonna like have somebody before me.
No, I was actually I was
wanna be
waiting.
first
I was
guest.
waiting.
We
I had this.
literally waited for this opportunity. like,
Exactly. We stopped the show for a little bit because of the stuff that I've been going through, but now that
Creative
we're bringing it
differences.
back,
That's what it
and
was.
creative differences between me and Nick, we're back.
It happened.
It happens. But other than that, dude, thank you so much for coming on to it.
yeah.
This is
So stoked to be
this is
here.
Feet Up Throwdown. This is Feet Up Throwdown, guys. Joe Rama. Follow his Instagram and his YouTube page. It'll be popping up right there. Follow Nick James on his Instagram. New Light Entertainment for mine.
Are you gonna put my
Thank you
thing
very
in the
much,
handle?
guys, and you all have an awesome freaking night or day wherever you are.
God bless.
Whenever you see this.
Exactly.
All right, I have just wait. The camera's still on, so let me just wait.